Today we are continuing with the Global Health Lecture Series, and we are doing number 38 today. We would still want to compare countries, and we are comparing New Zealand and Mali. The life expectancy in New Zealand is 82 years, whereas the life expectancy in Mali is 57 years. So you can see the very big gap. People born at the same time, one in Mali, one in New Zealand. The one in New Zealand stays 82 years as an average, and the one in Mali stays only for 57 years. So something is wrong somewhere, and that's what I've been trying to say. There are a lot of factors that contribute to these problems. The first of them is access to education, economic and job opportunities, public safety, exposure to crime, natural environment, built environment, housing, residential segregation. So if you go through New Zealand, you discover that with all these factors, they're almost like 82% high in terms of access to education. A lot of people are educated in New Zealand, whereas in Mali, only a very few people are educated. So that disparity is what, at the end of the day, will bring down the number of years they stay here on Earth. Then you take the economic and job opportunities. In New Zealand, they have well-reformed economic system. They create jobs, they take pains in thinking of their young ones and creating jobs. In Mali, the economic and job opportunities are not there, no job creation. When there is that kind of situation, you discover that they are not adding to their generation. Then public safety, of course, for you to have tourists go into a country, that country has to be safe. There is no public safety in Mali, whereas in New Zealand, people are always visiting there. They have a lot of tourists, they have a lot of visitors, people going into the place because of the public safety. So while we have good public safety in New Zealand, the one in Mali is very poor. You'll be scared whether you are going to survive if you go to Mali. So that drives away visitors. Exposure to crime in New Zealand is limited. You hardly hear of all this crime going on in New Zealand. Not that they are not, you won't find criminals, but very limited. Whereas in Mali, exposure to crime is very high, and because of it, you don't expect people to rush into the place or people to live very young in that kind of situation. Then you have the natural environment. In New Zealand, it is okay. You have green leaves, green trees, streets are well made, and the place is good to live. Whereas the natural environment in Mali is very poor. You won't even enjoy the place. The country will be so rough for you to really relax. And with that, you don't expect that person to live for 82 years. Instead, he lives for 57 years. Then in housing, of course, in New Zealand, they take time to make out their houses. They have visitors, they have tourists, they have people visiting their place. So when these houses are well built, well made out for people, for tourists, for visitors, they attract more people into the land, than New Zealand, and they will live well. Whereas the housing in Mali is poor. All of them are like people living under shanties, people living in the desert. Then residential segregation, of course, is limited in New Zealand. Whereas in Mali, you just decide where you live. Your fate is controlled by whatever. Not that the government policies are going to help you in residential buildings or making out for their housing or having a very good built environment like bridges, like roads. They are limited in Mali. And because of it, when you compare people in these two countries, you will see exactly why somebody in Mali will spend 57 years, whereas somebody in New Zealand will spend 82 years. because there is access to education in New Zealand, the economic and job opportunities are there, the public safety is very good, exposure to crime is limited, the natural environment is very beautiful. The built environment, bridges, roads are well made, the housing in New Zealand well built, residential segregation limited. That is why I've given them 82% when compared, because Mali is among the first 9th country, whereas New Zealand is about 178th country, the numbering out of 200 in the world. So that keeps Mali from a very big problem. Access to education is limited, economic and job opportunities limited, public safety is not there in Mali, exposure to crime is high, the natural environment is not attractive, the built environment, roads, bridges and the rest of them, who takes care of them? Housing, very poor, residential segregation, and I've given them about that 57%, which means instead of people being attracted to Mali, people are attracted to visit New Zealand, tourists, visitors, where people go to spend money so that the GDP becomes so high and people live well and live longer. Whereas in Mali, the GDP is poor and people live lower number of years, and that's why you see them dying at 57. That's what we have for today, and we will continue with the 39 in our series when we meet again. My name is Professor Silvanus Okeke. Thank you.